If you want Cowboys updates all year long, both in season and out of the season, subscribe today. YouTube.com/CowboysTV. That link right there at the bottom of your screen. Hit the sub button right now. From Concrank, give Deestroying a chance in training camp. This is the YouTube kicker, and I am fully aware that we are on YouTube. It's the platform. I get it. Guys, no. He's not good. I'm sorry. He didn't play in college that much. Like, if you want to work him out, okay, sure, there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe he balls out and impresses you. Whatever. He's not that good. I'm sorry. Got a great YouTube channel. Does a lot of fun stuff. Not NFL kicker. I'm sorry. From Jay Mayer, should we sign Chris Jones again? I don't know. Do I want to roll my own ankle repeatedly? Do I want to just sit there with a fork stabbed in my leg? No, I don't. So no, I don't want to sign Chris Jones ever again. He was bad for you and also your current punter, who is worthy of a name because Brian Anger has been awesome this year. Also not making that much. Thank you for getting it. Gamer mode. Should we start Tony Pollard? This is a super chat, by the way. Tony Pollard in the start Tony Pollard in the wild card game. Look, I don't hate the idea. I would probably not get my hopes up for it. Because they're going to start Zeke, guys. I'm sorry. I know that you might want Tony Pollard. I do want him to be involved. Make no mistake. But I don't think you should get your hopes up for starting Pollard over Zeke in that game. Hopefully, though, he's plenty involved. From Brian A. I don't know how to say it. Niners are going to pass the ball and somewhat run it in the end of the game, calling it now. If the Niners want to air it out with Jimmy G over running the football with Debo and Elijah Mitchell, let's ride. I will. If that's how you lose, let's lose that way. Jimmy G does not scare me. He just does not scare me. He can make some plays for you. He'll also make turnovers. So if they want to just air it out, bring it. Let's ride. From Brad, it's a lot of vowels. Wow. If the Cowboys lose, should Mike McCarthy get fired? It depends on how they lose. I don't want to say yes, they lose, he's gone. Like, they could get totally screwed by something, or there's a bad injury, and like, okay, it's not the fault of the coach at that point. But if they do lose, I'm gonna be mad. I know you guys are gonna be mad, and I think it does need to be at least considered at that point. So will the Cowboys beat the 49ers? Y for yes, N for no. Make your predictions. I think I'll see plenty of yeses in there. But Y for yes, N for no. Will the Cowboys win this week? From TG Bricks, hashtag Cowboys trade Zeke. Not going to happen. If you guys want to trade Zeke because you don't want him anymore, and I understand where you're coming from. If you don't want him anymore, why do you think other teams do? You're not going to be able to, in most cases, almost all cases, ship off the guys you don't want anymore. From Barry Carey, that's a fun name. Do we try to force the run game whether we have success or not? You better fucking not. And I'm going to swear because I don't want that. And I know it's not your idea. You're asking the question, so I'm not trying to come at you, Barry. If you do that, that's stupid. Run the plays that work. Run the outside zones. Throw the football. If you're just trying to run the football and it's not working, you're going to put yourself in trouble in this football game. From Antonio Brown burner account, hashtag Cowboys Ken Norton Jr. I don't think he's a good defensive coordinator. I know he's the Seahawks DC right now. I don't want him. I think you can find a better guy than Ken Norton Jr., despite his ties to Dallas. Electric Fire, do you think we will keep LVE on the team? He has played amazing the past few games. Look, I think LVE has upped his play. I am down to bring him back on the cheap, but because of his injury history, I do not want to guarantee him a bunch of money. So if he wants to sign cheap, sure, let's ride. I got no issues there. Guaranteeing him a bunch of money and snaps, not so sure. Frankly, I think he's better in a more limited role. From Cowboys Sports Report by Charles in Charge, Tom, all we have to do is score early, get up 7 or 10-0. This could possibly be beat down. Get up on them, force them to pass like the first Washington game. I see some big plays early for our D. Easier said than done, of course, but I do think that's what the Cowboys want to do. Get ahead, early lead, that plays into your hand if you're Dallas. From Dwayne Jackson, if the Cowboys get bounced in the playoffs, the super chat by the way, will McCarthy survive JJ's wrath or will he give him another shot? I don't want to speak in certainties, but if they lose because of McCarthy, like if he messed up real bad or they just come out totally flat and get embarrassed, I think we have to have that conversation. If they lose on like something silly or an injury or something like that, I think he stays. But we got to see how that game goes down. Austin Brookhauser says, Cowboys by 20. Hashtag Cowboy up. I would happily and thoroughly enjoy a Cowboys 20-point playoff victory. Might be asking for too much, but man, wouldn't that be awesome? Folks, I want you to have the best Cowboys videos on YouTube, and you're at the right spot already. So subscribe for those free videos every single day by hitting the big red button right now. From Carlos Morales, I think that's how you pronounce it, Ezekiel Elliott is slowly turning into Eddie Lacy. Is he, though? Like, Eddie Lacy, it wasn't a slow turn. Eddie Lacy was just fat. Zeke hasn't been maybe slim Zeke, but this year's issues are not weight-related. It's been injury-related. From Brokaw, what do you think of Romeo? I think it's pronounced Dubs, by the way. That's the Nevada receiver. As a Gallup replacement, I think he's likely a day 2, early day 3 guy, so I think that's about a decent range. Again, I think that's a solid name to consider. Little early to say for certain, but I think you're on the right path for a potential Gallup replacement. I don't mind looking towards the draft in this one, or for a Gallup replacement. Chris Snow, with Hamilton going top 5, what other safety options can we take early in the draft? No producer Brett, and we get to talk about safeties. That's so much fun. For safety, Jaquan Brisker out of Penn State. Lewis, I think it's pronounced Scene out of Georgia. I'm not sure what his last name actually is there. Daxton Hill from Michigan. There will be names to monitor. Maybe Pageron Curse, and it's not as big of a need anymore. From Greg Presley, are we missing Jalen Smith with all of the injuries with our linebackers? Are you missing a bad linebacker that hurts your team? No, not really. Jalen was actually like fine for the Giants, but whatever, that team sucked. I don't really care that much. Jalen was a liability for you. You missed good first year playing Jalen Smith, but not the Jalen Smith the Cowboys had this past year. That is not somebody that I think you're really missing on this Dallas Cowboys roster. I don't mean that to like hate on Jalen, but he just wasn't good. Cowboys cut him for that exact reason. So I want you guys now to predict the score of the Cowboys 49ers wild card game. I assume you're going to pick the Cowboys to win. So drop your score prediction for me in the comments section. Certified Ezek, Toe Downey, you think we should get Dan Bailey? He's a free agent. Here is the cold hard truth. Dan Bailey last year was one of, if not the very worst kicker in the NFL. He, since the Cowboys cut him, hasn't actually been that good. And last year, he was terrible. I would rather have the current kicker over last year's version of Dan Bailey. If you want to work him out, see what he's got left, okay, sure. At this point, I begin to wonder if Bailey really has anything left in the tank for you at this point. From my burner account, put Jimmy in the Ring of Honor in this game. I mean, sure, if you want. I think that from Jerry's perspective, putting Jimmy in the Ring of Honor gets you extra attention. You don't need extra attention for a playoff game. The world is already watching you. You do that in like a Week 5 matchup or preseason game. I don't think you need to do it in a playoff matchup. From Travis Swanson, do we either dominate the 49ers or fall slightly short with false hopes? Why are those your only two options? I think the likely outcome is you win the game, but it's a closer game because the Niners are a good football team. Of course, the Niners can beat you. I don't see them blowing you out, by the way. You haven't gotten blown out outside of the terrible game against Denver where you were smelling your own farts and feeling great about yourself and kind of drank the Kool-Aid way too quickly. So, of the two, I think the more likely one is neither. It's that you win the game, but it's close, and come playoff time, style points mean jack. It's about surviving and advancing in the end. So, Travis, I do appreciate that question, by the way, my friend. It was very, very good one right there. All right, Gerard Bird, likely chances of us making it to the conference championship game. I think you got a shot at it. Your path is not going to be easy. You're going to have to, assuming the Bucs win against the Eagles, which, sorry, Jeremy, that's a reasonable assumption. You will then have to go to Tampa, live up to Dak's post-Week 1 promise of we'll see you guys in the playoffs, which has a real chance of happening, and then beat Tampa, which is doable. Bucs are beatable this year. All these teams are beatable, by the way. And then go knock off Green Bay to make it to the title game in the Super Bowl. So, chance, yes. Most likely, I'm not so sure from that perspective in terms of what ends up happening. All right, who do you hate, or who's the bigger rival here for the Dallas Cowboys? W for Washington, E for the Eagles, N for the Niners, G for the Giants, P for the Packers, and we can go to the burner account super whenever you want, Jeremy. It's funny. Now, my burner account's having fun trolling today. I think these are the top 5 rivals. Steelers, I'm sorry. Cardinals, I'm sorry. But Steelers hasn't been that way for a long time. Cardinals were once in the NFC East. Now they're not. So W, E, N, G, or P. My burner account, bring back Garrett. Never got a fair shot. Yeah, I know he didn't, right? Got, 15 years as head coach, OC combo, whatever it was, close to it. I know you're trolling, but I appreciate it. Aaron Goldstein, also a very similar super chat came in from Gamer Mode, so we'll just do this all as one here since it's the same question. Will the Cowboys keep Kelvin Joseph in the lineup? And Gamer did ask, will the Cowboys start Joseph? I think yes, that's going to end up being the case. I think that Joseph's starting. I think that he's played great, and I know he's played great in a small sample size. And the Cowboys against Arizona already benched Jordan Lewis to put Kelvin Joseph out there. So I think that Lewis stays on the bench. Now, maybe they run some creative packages and keep him involved, but I don't think Joseph's going to play. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see on Sunday. In the meantime, pick one to bench. Type KJ for Kelvin Joseph, type JL for Jordan Lewis, or type in AB for Anthony Brown. Amir, any changes that we go after Rodgers? No. Guys, Dak's your quarterback. Get over it. If you don't like him for whatever reason, too bad. He's your guy. You've paid him. He's played great his NFL career. And do you think Rodgers wants to go reunite with Mike McCarthy? No, he does not. Mr. Cowboy, what will Cedric Wilson's contract look like? I don't know. It's a really difficult one to answer. Maybe you give him 3 years, 20, 21? Maybe that's about right. That's a guess. Market's exploding with the salary cap rising. It's tough to ID. This was Gamer Mode's similar super chat, by the way, about Kelvin Joseph. So thank you, Gamer Mode. I appreciate that one. I also want to quickly shout out 1906 exec with his $5 super chat. Jafeto Garcia, a $2 super chat. No questions there, but thank you guys very much. Concrank, did the Cowboys actually sign Kai Forbath? No, they did not. I'm not really sure where this came from. No, they have not. I think there might have been like a fancy article that said like it was the headline made it sound like they signed him, but they did not. It was a suggestion. If the Cowboys sign players, you'll know by subscribing and following me on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney. All the big Cowboys media people kind of missed Will Greer going on IR. I found that out, though. Hit me up on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney for any and all extra Cowboys coverage you guys want here outside of YouTube.